Yo, what is good, YouTube? Shaun checking back in with another video. The 2024 Prague Pro prejudging has concluded, and this is looking like your top four. So from left to right, we have Shaun Clarida, Martin Fitzwater, Chris Bumstead, and Mattias Hollweck. Surprisingly, Mattias makes the top four. Now, Horse MD and Christian Walski were in the initial top six, but they were dropped out when this was trimmed down to just four guys. Now, the first thing that I want to say, Shaun Clarida, completely different physique than what we saw with the Mr. Olympia. Not sure exactly what him and Boss of Outlaw did, but massive improvements have been made. Now, it looks like this show is actually going to be between Chris Bumstead and Martin Fitzwater. I'm hearing a lot of people going towards Chris. Chris looks very impressive. His V-taper, his tiny waist really makes him stand out in this lineup. And even next to Martin Fitzwater in some shots, I feel like Martin being next to Chris makes Martin's midsection look a little bit thicker. But Chris does not have that level of open bodybuilding density that Martin Fitzwater has. I mean, even Shaun Clarida showcases more density for his height and his size than Chris Bumstead. But this is just his first show in men's open. It should be his last, but hopefully Chris looks back at this footage and says, you know what? Maybe I'll give the open Mr. Olympia a run. And I was expecting Chris to be up at least 10 or 15 pounds from his classic physique weight cap, but I'm hearing that Chris is only 6 pounds up, which just shows you Chris isn't necessarily beating top four in the world, but I would say he is definitely holding his own against one of the best open class bodybuilders on the planet with no off season, just coming out of a rebound phase and going back into a short prep for this show. Now, actually taking a look at the front double bicep, I think you guys can see what I mean. By being next to Chris makes Martin's midsection look a little bit thicker. And even in this front lat spread pose, Chris overall has the better pose, better execution, but Martin has more thickness. He's more of an open class bodybuilder, so that brings up the question, I mean, where do you go? And Chris' structure is another huge reason why he's able to go from classic to open and still be very good. Now, once we take a look at the back poses, this is domination for Martin Fitzwater. Chris isn't as far behind as I thought that he would be. He honestly has a great back. If this guy did an off season or two, he does have a realistic chance of being a top 3, top 5 Olympian, but I think from the back, Martin Fitzwater closes the deal. Actually, I think Shaun Clarida beats Chris Bumstead from behind as well. Clarida's off to the side, but still a very impressive look. And I wish Chris would have opened up a little bit more in this side tricep and gave more of an open execution, but he did do a great job of showing the tricep off. And once we look at the ab and thigh again, the V-taper on Chris Bumstead is just insane. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys think this show is going to go? As of right now, I have Martin Fitzwater with the edge. Overall, just has more thickness, more density. And again, guys, this is an open bodybuilding show. Chris Bumstead in second, Clarida in third. Mattias could finish in fourth, but I'm looking forward to seeing Horse MD and Christian Walski maybe come back and try to fight him a little bit to get into that top four. And for some very odd reason, Andrea Presti did not make the first or second call out, but we will discuss that in this show's wrap up tomorrow. But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video, and if you have not done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Shaun from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.